Students, in the last video on 3 stages of life of a student, I promise you that I will start series on stenography, that is shorthand skills. Students, the system of shorthand writing was invented by Sir Isaac Pitman, who published his first formal book on the art. In 1840, the second edition of his work appeared under the title Phonography, or writing by sound. No other system of shorthand designed for the English language so far. Students, phonography, the name originally given to shorthand, has been briefly but accurately depend on the art of representing spoken sounds by character, a system of shorthand. From the outset, therefore, the student should remember that he is learning to write by sound, that is, to write words as they are pronounced, that each simple character represents one definite sound and no other, and inconsistencies as exhibited to printing and in longhand writing is not to be followed or imitated. For example, the word knee, spelt with 4 letters in English, though made up of only 2 sounds, namely that for the consonant N and that for the vowel E. Students, for learning shorthand or phonography writing, the following should be required or used by a student: Pitman shorthand book, shorthand notebook, shorthand pencil. Students, if you learn shorthand skill, you can apply for the post of stenographers in the following recruitment boards. Every year, Staff Selection Commission notified various vacancies of grade D and C stenographer, wherein the student has to pass computer based test and skill test of shorthand at the speed of 80 words per minute or 100 words per minute. The CBT for stenographer is comparatively easy than preliminary CBT for the post of CGL, CHSL or banking examinations. Every year, the Honorable High Courts of J&K and various other Honorable Courts notified vacancies for the post of stenographers, wherein only the students have to qualify skill test of shorthand and typewriting. Students, every year, Employees Provident Fund Organization EPFO notified vacancies of stenographers, wherein one has to qualify CBT and skill test. Every year, the JKSSRB and other state recruitment boards also notified vacancies for the post of stenographers, wherein one has to go through written test as well as skill test in stenography at a speed of 65 words per minute. Other than above, the Parliament of India also notified post of Parliament reporter, and if one has good speed in shorthand, he or she has good chances of selection. Students, in conclusion, my advice to all the students is that if one has less abilities to get through the various examinations conducted by IBPS, SSC, JKSSRB and remain behind the merit of selection due to less exposure in quantitative aptitude and reasoning ability or otherwise, he shall go for learning shorthand and typewriting, and this will surely help him in getting a good job of stenographer. So if you will learn shorthand and typewriting, this will work as catalyst in your selection for getting a job in the government sector. Students, I have heard whispering many of the students that learning shorthand is too difficult. I advise those students that shorthand is not difficult to learn if you will practice the strokes daily, learn application of vowels accurately and remain punctual to the class daily for satisfactory progress in acquiring the art of shorthand, and will only be made if a certain portion of time is regularly devoted for the study every day by a thorough and punctual performance of the allotted portion of work forming the course. Study at irregular intervals of time is of little value, but a longer period devoted daily to the task will give the student a knowledge of the system in a comparatively short time, and constant and careful practice will bring speed and dexterity. I advise those students to come my institute, and I assure them to give my best to them so that they master the art of writing of shorthand within 10 to 12 months course. The institute has already started the batch of SSC stenographer grade D and C physically, wherein the institute is preparing the students for skill test as well as computer based test. The institute is also going to start the course of shorthand online, and in next video I will start the course with first lecture on consonants of shorthand. However, I advise the students that it is better to learn shorthand physically. If you have an institute of shorthand near your residence or a teacher having sound knowledge of shorthand near you, you can also move to a place for a period of 10 months and join a good institute of shorthand, as many of the students move out of their residences to get higher education. However, if you have any compulsion to learn shorthand online, then I advise you to at least take physical class up to 50 exercises of the Pittman shorthand book, as accurate strokes of the consonants and then sound knowledge of placement of vowels can be learned with dexterity physically. The students are requested to subscribe and share my videos among the contacts so that more and more students can be benefited from my hard work. Students, at the end I again brief what I have said earlier, that shorthand is an art of representing spoken sound by characters, that is writing by sound. Requirement to learn shorthand are Pittman shorthand book, shorthand notebook, shorthand pencil. Career as a stenographer, excellent career prospects, appointed directly in the pay level 4, 6 and 6B. Competition, less competition and computer based test as compared to preliminary examinations of other posts such as CHSL, CGL and MTS. But student has to prepare for CBT, reasoning ability, general knowledge and English language. For skill test, shorthand language skill test, it takes 10 to 12 months to learn shorthand and get speed up to 80 words per minute, depending upon the hard work of student and ability of shorthand instructor. Students, in my next video I will start class of shorthand with consonants. Thanks.